The movie remakes are back, and I'm so excited to talk about them because I'm a big movie fan. I love nerding out about movies. Now, one of these that we're going to be talking about seems entirely unnecessary. The other one, though, seems wildly necessary, given their new source material. Unsurprisingly, though, between Disney's Moana and Pixar's new Toy Story, Pixar comes out on top. So let's dive into exactly why. Here's the first trailer. This is for Moana. Now, I'll be honest with you. Well, I'll let it play for a second before I'm honest with you.
I am a girl who loves my island, and the girl who loves the sea. It calls me.
Okay, now just stop here for a second. Up until this point in the trailer, almost every one of those scenes already looked like the animated one, to the point that it is animated because these things are not possible to do. So it's already full of CGI. I literally, this one particular scene that I have freeze-framed here, it looks animated. So my question is, why make the live action to a movie that you physically have to animate because you cannot get the waves to act that certain way and you cannot do what happens next in live action? Why do they do this?
Why?
That shot looks animated because it is CGI. That shot looks animated because it is CGI. Again, I love live actions if you can make them live action. If they can be real humans and real sets and make it all feel real. This, so far, none of it feels real. CGI again? Fully animated. You can't live act that.
How far I'll go. I am Moana.
Again, I'm not saying it looks bad, it just doesn't look real, so why not just keep the original? You can't have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson jumping off of a giant cliff and transforming, which is what's happening here. We already had Dwayne "The Rock" in the form of his character in the animation, doing all the same things, but like this is...
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
This is the last shot of the trailer, and this is the only one that looks real, but it doesn't even look that good real because it just looks like she's in front of a green screen with like a pretty sunset green screen and she's on a fake boat. Now I'll pause and give some credit to Disney where it's due. This girl is beautiful. She looks just like Moana, so I'm glad that for the live action, she actually looks exactly like the character. Except I saw a bunch of people criticizing the fact that they straightened her hair for this and she has naturally curly hair like Moana, but they didn't keep that going for the... Oh, God. So much CGI needed, I almost thought I was just watching the original movie. I mean, that, again, yes. Question, why are live-action adaptations necessary for animated films? Do we not have any new ideas for films? A fantastic question. One of the things, too, that I think is funny here is the beauty of animated films is that they can be anything. You can do the crazy scenes and have these crazy, elaborate-looking, fantastical islands and the things where the people jump off of cliffs and they turn into birds. Like, you can do all that in animation. It's make-believe. It can become anything. Live action, though, can't be that. So I get that there's the crossover, you know, you have some CGI with live action, but again, this whole thing just felt like that. So then it begs the question of then why not create something new? Frankly, both of these stories today. I just envision the piles and piles of scripts and pitches and all these things that have just gone into a graveyard for Disney and Pixar because they're not spending money on new things. Even though simultaneously, like Moana and Frozen, those were new at the time and they were fantastic. So it can work, but they just keep resorting to like, okay, how do we recreate the exact same thing that we made the next year by doing it slightly different and just milking everything they could possibly get out of it. It's exhausting. Now, I did see this one photo of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and speaking of live action or make-believe, I don't know. There's no way that those muscles are real. Is he on roids? There's no way, right?
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
Again, speaking of things that can't be real life, technically, Dwayne cannot look like his character in Moana in real life unless it's a suit. I don't know. Honestly, it's impressive that I can't quite say. The only person who could pull it off is Dwayne. I love the casting here. He looks like the real life Maui. She looks like the real life Moana. To that, I'm glad that we have put that annoyance aside and just gone with good actors here for these roles. I just love movie trailers in general. Since it is Black Friday week, I am going to be going and watching all of the new movies that I've been wanting to see because now I have some days off. And because it is Black Friday week, Daily Wire Shop also has some crazy deals that are live right now. And we're talking up to 30% off stuff that will make your liberal relatives visibly uncomfortable at Thanksgiving dinner. Like the Golden Leftist Tears tumbler And also we have the collected poems of Donald J. Trump. Yes, they're real and they are hilarious. Plus we have hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and a whole lot of good things that you will not find at your average shopping mall. So whether you're shopping for your based uncle, your freedom-loving mom, or just treating yourself for surviving another year of absolute insanity, we've got you covered. But the deals will not last, and neither will the inventory. So items will sell out, so don't be the last one there scrambling, trying to find good stuff. Get it now while it's all still in stock. So just head to dailywire.com/shop today. That's dailywire.com/shop. So enjoy that, and let's enjoy this next trailer. This is Toy Story 5. And what caught my attention here was the age of toys is over is kind of their question for this new one. So, to which my brain goes, it does feel as though it is, so let's watch.
I was standing, and they could never, ever tear us apart.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you!
Hi there, I'm Lilypad.
What is the one thing that would be the scariest to the toys of Toy Story? An iPad. A screen. I saw that and I was like, you know what? I might go watch that movie. That's actually funny. It's actually very relevant to the modern day and a perfect plot to make the screen an evil screen. Because it is also in real life, I would argue, in many ways, evil and bad for children. There's another promo photo that came out then after this, and it looks like this, and it's just like the evil. It's so good. It's so good. Finally, a creative plot point. Finally. Me next June. Yeah. Literally. And not to totally nerd out for a second with some stats and data, but I do find it funny because obviously we talk a lot about how screens can be dangerous for kids. Now we have a Toy Story movie where it's literally the villain, which again, so good. The toys have to fight against the screen. So true. I was just looking at some data about this and they were saying that, teens now spend an average of 8 hours a day on screens. 2 more hours than a decade ago, than in 2015. Preteens, kids 8 to 12, spend about 5.5 hours a day on devices, up from an hour a decade earlier. So much so that the CDC is recommending that, kids younger than 18 months, no screen time at all. 18 to 24 months, only high-quality educational media with parental engagement. Ages 2 to 5, no more than an hour a day. Age 5 and older, no more than 2 hours a day while engaging in conversation with a parent or family member about what is being viewed. I mean, they're trying to lock down on, hey guys, this is danger. This is dangerous. There's so much data out there about what screens are doing to young minds, especially to children, which is why I love what Toy Story is highlighting, because maybe I'm too optimistic, but maybe that will actually engage parents to have more discussions about giving your kids screen time and being very careful about the screens you put in front of them, or if you put screens at all in front of them. Here in this one science blog, it says, a study of kids ages 3 to 5 suggests that digital media use, aka screen time, impacts development of brain areas responsible for visual processing, empathy, attention, complex memory, and early reading skills, among many other things. So again, we joke about, oh, it's a dangerous screen. It actually does have dangers, especially for small children. So give them the toys, don't give them the screens. Don't give them the evil lily pad. So maybe, just maybe, with this new Toy Story, it will actually get conversations going about screen time use, about the dangers of it, and about the fact that kids need to be back in front of toys. So less of the CGI and these screens, and more of the real-life, in-person play. Thank you for watching this episode of The Comment Section. If you want more episodes like this, please subscribe to this channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. And for other content, you can follow me on my personal Instagram and X, and make sure to follow us on our new Comment Section Instagram page. I'll see you guys in the comments.